this shit we on. I want to know how did you go to this new land, you know what I'm saying, for lack of a better term, and navigate this culture it's so foreign. It's not our culture, you know what I'm saying? It emulates our culture, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? How did you navigate that and become a staple in that shit? Because from what I see, from my perspective, with you having, not to, you know what I'm saying, give niggas resumes out, but having your own Rap Genius page, as much as you know what I'm saying, move around, as many shows, as many flyers, as many pictures, as many dope locations I see you in, you're a staple in the game over there, in that culture. Like, how did you navigate that lane with it being, you know what I'm saying? It's even a language barrier there, and you overcame that shit.
Yep. Not to be too sensitive, but man, it's really the universe. You can call it God, you call it whatever, bro. And like, I can bring tears to my eyes thinking about this. When I was in Coney Island, bro, before I left New York to go to Texas to talk to my mama and let her know I'm going overseas. Why? I don't know. I met somebody I trust and love, and I really cared about this person, and I still do. That's my ride or die right now. You feel me, bro? Without her, my nigga, I wouldn't be as grounded. I know I'm a wild monster. I know I am.
Yeah.
But if she can ground me as a man in our society, then I can make moves. But, bro, all I did was trust, man, because I didn't know what I was going to do when I first got over here. I had no clue. And as soon as I landed, it took me about a week or two to adjust my vibe to what was around me. Because you know I'm a cat type dude, bro. I pay attention to things. And you know I'm deeply intellectual, so I listen and I study constantly. I can't help myself. So then this is what I learned. Okay, first of all, I'm an independent artist. Second of all, I'm different. Third of all, I'm American. Okay, so what is the pros and cons of me in this industry? So I really wrote those down, bro. I wrote them down.
Put that
and
pen to paper.
To adjust. I said, okay, who's making moves here? Who's the biggest blog? Who's the journalist? Who's coming over here to do shows? And when I found out OGs, I'm talking about old heads like Drew the Damager came over here and did a show. And I'm chilling backstage with him.
You talking about the Reds, the meth type shit like that. I know they do a lot of overseas tours.
Yeah, bro, like the old heads was over here. And you know what the problem was? This is when I really realized why us as young men in America look up to them. Because they came over here and there's no other brothers and they're embarrassing, bro. They on stage drunk, high, chasing tail. And it's like, come on, man. It's like, you know, half of us don't even have father figures.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking up to you as an MC to learn, and I'm better than you?
Yeah.
So then I had to wake up, bro. I was like, okay, what opportunities do I have? So I started meeting people in the streets. I'm talking DJs. I'm talking people who are really into the culture, who studied it. I started meeting journalists. I started meeting photographers. I started meeting videographers. I wasn't really meeting artists. This is what I learned about us as artists. We can't really meet artists because technically they're competition.
Straight up.
Somehow, if they're not really vibing with you and they're not really working with you, they're always going to be against you.
It's
man.
like the Hunger Games. Like, you might meet somebody out there on the field that'll help you, but at the end of the day, only one of y'all getting out of here.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
So we might help each other for a couple weeks. We might do a couple features. Your fans come to my show. My fans come to your show. But at the end of the day, if it's one record deal out there, I'm cutting your head off.
The perfect example.
They do that.
And it just happened recently was Trippie and 6ix9ine.
Yeah, Trippie Redd, 6ix9ine.
They was arguing basically about who put who on.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, Trippie Redd was like, I'm the reason why you got all these #1 hits. And that just tied into what he was saying right there.
Yeah, everybody, no matter what, it's going to be a pissing contest.
Yep. And so when you're talking about the language barrier, it was frustrating at the beginning, but somehow naturally I started to meet those people who were brave enough to step out of themselves to allow me to challenge them to practice their English. And it's beautiful, bro. You don't know how many people in Europe really travel more than we do.
Yeah.
Because I heard because it's closer. Like, for us to go to Europe, we got to cross the ocean, but they can go to like 10 countries on a train in a day.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's why I miss living in Germany.
So I started meeting other people, and then people got interested. They got interested. And then that's when I started to really give out my vibe of, look, bro, I'm about the community. If I'm going to always push love and positivity, but I'm going to show you these bars, then they're going to have to respect it. So, you know, I started to dabble in the jazz scene with the real musicians.
Mm-hmm.
I started to do real small gigs, bro. I'm talking about, like, it was some random house. It was a beautiful big house. And they said, we need a musician to play in the background for this fashion show. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it.
Might touch somebody.
I rarely said no to any gig. I just needed to get my face out there. I needed people to be understanding that I'm really here to do this.
Yeah.
And then other opportunities came just naturally from somebody knowing me and saying, hey, Blue, a homeboy of mine wants to do a prank with you on this YouTube channel. Me? I'm like, okay, cool. Bro, come to find out that YouTube channel got a bunch of subscribers.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Now, what I also learned as artists, these days, we can't put ourselves in one lane. We have to find many different places to put ourselves just because, exactly. We have to find many different places to put ourselves because there are people who are tuned into one thing.
Mm-hmm.
As artists, we can't tune into one thing.
At all.
We have to find where the people are. And if they like you, they follow you. If they don't, that's okay. Guess what? There's another place for you to be and to develop a trust.
It's somebody for everybody. It's a market for everybody. You just have to find your market. That's
everybody.
It.
So is hip hop really like big over there? And what do you say you was in Warsaw, Poland?
Hold on, leader. I can barely hear you, Famo.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. I was asking, is hip hop really like big over there? Like the culture, is it?
It's the fastest growing if you're talking about business wise. Because right now they still have issues with media, but they got hip hop on the radio. They got some old heads over here that I study, and I really respect them because their flow with the language is beautiful to hear, and like they really true school hip hop.
Yeah.
But the culture here has grown faster. I think they sell the most albums, hip hop genre. They sell out the most shows, hip hop genre, and also they don't really have a huge international scene. So I don't even want to say it's big. It's not really reaching too far because of the language barrier, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But the vibe itself, like these people really support their artists.
Yeah, okay.
They really do, bro.
How do y'all get do y'all get content? It's the age of the internet. Y'all get content as quick as we get content. And that's what I want to know. Like, for instance, the new Drake shit just dropped over here. Pusha's album dropped. Post Malone dropped a couple weeks ago. Ray Shimmer dropped a couple weeks ago. Do y'all get that same kind of like keep up with the
usually
game?
a few days behind you. You got to remember, if they giving out content, it's usually American. So
Okay.
they're behind when it comes to content. They're not on top of it, like we know to be on top of content.
Okay. Now
you know what I mean?
Does streaming is it how's streaming over there? Does everybody use it?
It's heavy.
Is it the same
It's
services?
heavy.
Spotify, Tidal,
Yep.
Apple Music, shit like that?
Yep. But instead of BMI, they have something called Zyx.
Okay, so that's what's that's like
But
there.
it still has the same thing. You register as an artist and musician for writing and publishing. So
Okay.
if you're looking for the difference, really, I would say touring is different because this is a country that has small cities and big cities, but it doesn't have that many big cities.
How big is Poland related to the U.S.? I mean, I don't know. I have no clue.
Bro, I think Texas is bigger than Poland.
Dang. That says a lot.
Yeah,
but Texas, I don't know.
Texas big as fuck.
Texas is big.
We drove, shout out to the Bells Plus 2. You know what I'm saying? We drove down to their YouTube party last night out in San Antonio. I was surprised we made that drive. That made me also realize another thing about Texas being large. We drove 2.5 hours down, man. Left here at like 7. Got there at like 9. And then when we left the club at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, we turned right back around. 2.5 hours back up, man. Almost barely beat the sun home this morning.
Got here at 6:30.
So we could have traveled across the whole Poland last night.
You feel that's why I really miss like the European culture, because it's so much you can see. Like it's so much that they have. It's so much that they offer.
They got history here, Lito.
You know what I'm saying?
They got something from the past that's still
yeah. Because I used to live in my dad. He was stationed in Germany. Like I want to say I was like in first, second grade, but I still remember that vividly. Like I remember the Team USA coming to play basketball over there, just because for the soldiers on base. But we had to travel to Wordsburg. I stayed in Illichott.
Nah,
and
no clue where these places are.
You know what I'm saying? It was just like I just like the culture over there. Like how Santi's talking about going to Hurricane Harbor or something.
Yeah.
They got it indoors. They got the biggest I want to say water park indoors in Germany.
No, all weather control shit. But no, like Blue was saying about the things that are there, the historic things that are there. You got to think that here, everything that was here before about 400 years ago was destroyed. So that's how far back American history goes. And don't even get me talking about Black American history or Latino American history, Japanese American history. All these have different points, and they're all younger than 400 years old. But over in Europe, you got I'm thinking of the word. What's 1,000? What's the
centuries,
word for 1,000?
Bro.
Centuries. That's hundreds. But yeah, centuries. Yeah,
got centuries of information here.
Centuries of you.
Y'all
got catacombs under some of the cities that have bodies that's been there for. It's just it amazes me. It amazes me. I ain't never been out the continental U.S. Like I've never been to even Hawaii.
That's what we have to. Like we have to actually try to branch out and go over there.
We got the open invite from Blue. Blue told me it's nothing. I just gotta get the plane ticket.
That's all we gotta figure out. And if not, sponsorships.
Yeah, I know.
Let them know. Hey, let them know. We'll do a Real Spill pop up in Poland. Real Spill live.
So I'm down. All I
let
gotta
them
do
know.
is figure out the right moves.
We get the logistics set,
and they giving the money.
We're gonna get the logistics set, man.
That's all we need to do.
Once
that's all we need.
Look, we working on securing a bag behind these scenes, man.
Yeah.
We got some shit we trying to do, dog.
Same. That's what I'm talking about.
But yeah, man, I don't know. It's crazy. Like I said, you one of the people that I really look up to for doing. I know I have other obligations. You know what I'm saying? I have family here, and I went and joined the army and shit right after high school. But even had I not done that, I don't know if I would have been brave enough to. And I mean, that's me being open as a man to just go to Europe, my nigga, to Warsaw, Poland, where I know nobody. I don't speak the language. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna make bread. Like, I mean, that shows your dedication to your craft, though.
Yeah, but like I said, bro, it was really first trust. Because you gotta remember, even me going to New York, I had no clue what I wanted to do.
Yeah, and that was a big step too.
Somehow ended up in the university. I was ambitious, but then as a young man, I had to learn to have a vision rather than a dream.
Yeah.
Because you can dream all day, and it's not gonna happen. You can meet other dreamers, and ain't nothing gonna happen. You need a vision because vision takes action.
Yeah.
And once you have action, you start to acquire the things that you really desire from taking action. And of course, discipline. I quit my job at 18, money.
Smart man.
Or crazy. I don't know which one it is, fam.
Well, shit, it's only crazy until they say it's only crazy up until it works.
Yeah, that's true. But for 4 or 5 years, when you out here hustling and trying to really take this music stuff serious, you're not bringing in bread, bro.
Yeah.
And if you got a woman partner in your crib and she paying the rent, how uncomfortable is that as a man? So it's a lot of sacrifices I also made because I'm Capricorn as fuck in the sense that I'm so goal-oriented, bro, that I see into the future sometimes and I gotta bring myself back to the present.
Yeah.
I live in the moment, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm always thinking ahead, bro. I was a good chess player because I learned how to think ahead. And the fact that you say you weren't brave enough, that's why I say I'm blue, my brother, because I'm reflecting you. What you don't have, I have. What I don't have, you have. So somehow I'm learning that if we're gonna coexist on this planet, we have to figure out how to adapt to living with each other and coexist as, okay, you out of town, if you need something, you should be able to call me and coexist so that your life is comfortable, especially if I have the time, because that's the most valuable thing we have anyway.
Yeah.
If we learn how to look out for each other in the most smallest ways, then when we get that fat check coming in the mail, I ain't got to worry about you, money. Because I know you trust me and I know I trust you.
Word up.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Word up.
Yeah.
So whatever I happen to do over here, of course it's gonna bleed off into your pockets as well, bro. That's my goal, my nigga. I'm gonna die one day. I can't take all this stuff with me. I can't take all this with me, bro.
Elevate.
And we all got families, man. We all got other obligations. That's the crazy part. Some of these people forget that.
Yeah, everybody's doing it for a reason that is their passion, but there's also secondary reasons and secondary thing. Because I mean, if you didn't have anybody to support, most people would just do music. Never mind, I'm not even gonna say that. I would say most people would do music and not worry about the pay or the check. But niggas is greedy, niggas is selfish. But if you're really passionate about music and it speaks to your heart and your soul, whether it comes with rags, riches, you know what I'm saying, dollars, no money, performing outside for free, you're still gonna do it. You're gonna hold on to that because it's part, like you saying, it bleeds from you. It's a part of you.
I can't help it, bro. It's almost I'm almost not in control of my situation. Like seriously, I was homeless for 3 months just because I really thought that it'd be cool to be homeless. I thought this to myself. If I got rid of everything and I had no responsibility and my son and my family were okay, then I need to just live. I need to be vulnerable enough to just bump into the people I might need to meet. I don't know who. I don't know how, but I'm just gonna trust and see what happens.
I dig it.